Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Breeze coming back at you with a new NBA 2K16 tip. Today, guys, I'm going to be bringing you the best hybrid shooting guard build in the game. Now, this build, guys, is a build that we've been using for about, I'd say, a month and a half to 2 months now. And it's a build that we have not seen anyone use yet. And it's actually really key if you can build it the right way. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So, as you're going to see, scoring style. You want to go with outside. Height maxed out is 6'8". Weight, that's all up to you. But on this build, we go with around 230, 235. Your handedness, whatever you prefer. Dominant dunk hand, you want to go with either. And max out your wingspan. And as I always say, your body length and shoulder width, again, that's all up to you. Doesn't really play a huge effect on your game, but you definitely want to make sure you max out that wingspan. Now, getting into your upgrades, as you can see, with this build, this is where it really separates itself from what most people would go with. As you can see, instead of touching inside score, we max out everything else. So we max out rebounder, and you're going to see why, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. So getting into the upgrades, you're going to see that you get an 85 mid-range and an 85 3-ball. That's definitely more than good enough to knock down consistent jumpers from anywhere behind the arc. Your driving and contact dunk is a 75 with an outside scoring style. Now, that's pretty much the highest you can get your contact and driving dunk to without being a balanced or inside scoring style. And with that, of course, as you guys already know, if you got 1 ring of hot, that means you got an 80 dunk. 2 rings, it means you got an 85 dunk. You can get posterizer pretty easily on this build, and you actually get a lot more posters than you'd expect. Now, as you can see, you get a 90 passing accuracy, which is really key because after patch 6, you're going to want that passing accuracy for break starter. You're going to need that if you want to complete passes past half court off a rebound more consistently. Now, as you can see, you get an 80 offensive and defensive rebound. You get an 80 box out. Really key. That's actually the reason why we go with this build, is because that's what makes it the hybrid build. That's what makes this build more of a small forward / power forward than an actual shooting guard. And this build allows you to bang down low. It allows you to have very high passing accuracy. And with the 70 ball control, it allows you to put the ball on the floor without having to worry you're going to lose it with every dribble you take. So as you can see, defensive stats, you get your maxed out 94 in the same categories as you would in any other build. You get a 75 block, which is insanely high for a shooting guard, a small forward. That's very high. 85 steal, pretty good. But other than the rebounding, other than the passing accuracy, the main reason why this is a hybrid build and why it's so unique is because of the 75 speed. This is the fastest you can be at this height in the game. And this allows you to really make up a lot of ground, close out on dudes very quickly, especially in zone, and allows you to make it from that corner / wing area all the way down to the paint, box dudes out, grab boards. You'll fly all over the floor, and with that height, with that rebounding, you're going to be able to do so much. And you're just going to be such a valuable piece to your team, especially in the Pro-Am. Now, getting into the badges, he has a ton, so just pause the video and see what badges he has. But I am going to be going over some of the key badges that he does have. So, as you can see right here, he has Acrobat. That's a pretty key badge, especially when you're going to be crashing the offensive boards. If you have that low inside score rating, which he does have, you're going to need that Acrobat. Now, to go along with Acrobat, you got to have hustle points, because hustle points basically gives you a shooting boost or a layup boost, pretty much any type of inside scoring boost around the rim off an offensive rebound. So you get the offensive rebound, you put it right back up, you have a very good chance of making it. Relentless finisher, obviously, you know, that helps as well around the rim. So he has all of the badges you could possibly need around the rim that's going to help him finish even with that low inside score rating. He's got Deadeye, Microwave, really key badges, Unfazed, Shot Creator. Microwave, Unfazed, Deadeye, Limitless Range, those are the badges that he needs to be able to knock down consistent jumpers from the top of the key and wing. So you need to make sure you have those. Microwave, Unfazed, Deadeye, and Limitless Range. Make sure you have those. Now, Break Starter, super key on this build. They may have toned down Break Starter, but it's still pretty good on this build because he has that 90 passing accuracy. He has Dimer. Very key, especially when he gets that ball on the wing or top of the key. They're closing out. He makes that extra pass to the corner. It gives that guy in the corner that extra boost that he needs to knock down the jumper. Now, he doesn't have offensive crasher, but he is about to get the badge, he told me. So make sure you get that badge. Defensive crasher, he's got that. Pickpocket, interceptor, very key badges. And as you can see, he's got posterizer and transition finisher. And of course, the last key badge you want to make sure you have is interceptor. Very, very key badge. Make sure you get that badge on this build, especially if your team's running zone. If you're running more of a 3-2 or a 2-3, you're going to want to be playing that corner/paint zone, and that's going to make you very effective around the rim with that eraser, so you make them miss their contact shots, their contact layups. Then the interceptor, you can tip passes going into the paint, you can bait passes going to the corner. So going over the dunk packages and just the NBA animations in general, he does run with a release 57. A lot of people have been asking what Chaz runs with. This is Chaz's build. He runs with release 57. His layup package, he runs with Curry. Your dunks, you could just pause the video and see what dunks he uses. He just uses very basic dunk packages, and they get the job done, especially around the rim, because the basic packages are much harder to block, especially when you're going for stand dunks or just, you know, dunks in general on the break. They're a lot harder to block, especially if you hold that right stick up while holding down your right trigger. So as you can see, post fade, Michael Jordan, a lot of these signature styles don't really matter for his build, but you could still copy them over just so that way you can run exactly what he's running with. But a lot of these are all preference. Dribble posture, you do want to run with low since you do have a lower ball control, so make sure you run with your dribble posture on low. ISO crossover, you definitely want to make sure you're running with 11. That's just the best crossover to run with by far, especially after patch 6. Behind the back, still want to run with 14. Spin, go with 7. He uses 10. I'm not sure why he uses 10, but you probably want to go with 7. Hesitation 3. ISO size up inside out, he uses Steph Curry. ISO size up cross, he uses Steph Curry as well. You can go with guard 1. I don't know why he uses that. Again, you know, he doesn't really create too much, so he doesn't use all of the best drill moves he could be using. So make sure that you put guard 1 or whatever you prefer as your ISO size up cross. So let's get into some gameplay. And as you're going to see, he's mainly shooting from the wing and top of the key. So even though I may have not have said that corner specialist is a super key badge for him, it will still be a key badge for anybody that's a shooter. You know, you want to make sure you have corner specialist, but for him, as you can see, he's mainly spotting up always around that top of the key area / wing area, and he just makes a very high percentage of threes. He doesn't take a lot of threes every game simply because he's not always left open, but when he is left open, he's usually knocking it down, I'd say 5 out of every 7 times. Simply because he has all the badges he needs, and because he has microwave and unfazed, his three-pointer is usually boosted by at least 5 to 10 consistently. So he's usually got at least a 90 to 95 three-pointer. And even with an 85, he's still going to make it consistently, because an 85 does consider you a three-point specialist in 2K. Once you hit that 85 mark for your three ball, that's when you get that three-point sign if you're not already an 85 overall as a player. So 85 is pretty much the bare minimum to be able to knock down consistent threes from that top of the key to wing area, as you can see in this video. So this build, guys, the way we use it is we use it as a stretch 4. We have him running the power forward position pretty much, and in our zone we just have him playing that right corner area. Not only can he stretch out to the wing if we need him to, but he can also stretch out to the corner, and he can also help out in the paint. And with that eraser, he can make bigs miss. He can bang down low. He can box out, get boards over anyone. And really, as long as you got the badges, as long as you put in the grind, this build can be dominant in many different areas. And it can really make you a key role player on your team. Because with this build, you can pretty much do it all. And you can do it all pretty well. So as you can see right there, I mean, he really goes off. 7 of 10 for 3, shooting mainly from top of the key and wing. He really just stuffed the stat sheet, which he pretty much does every game. I mean, look at that. 6 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. 8 of 11 from the field, 7 of 10 for 3, 27 points. And with that being said, guys, if you're looking to stretch 4 or even 5, this is a very key build to have on your team. So if you want to take your team to that next level in a stretch 4 or stretch 5 system, go get this build on your team. With that being said, guys, this has been Boy Breeze. I'm signing out. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. I got a lot of fire content still coming out very soon. And with all that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.